Hey fam, welcome to Latino Vegano, episode number 54. And I'm your host, lifestyle coach, fitness coach, mentor, friend, Roger Smith. Hey, I truly believe in living a vegan lifestyle and eating a whole food plant-based diet. Not only you reduce the animal exploitation in this world, but you also help our ecosystem, our planet, and it benefits your health in so many ways. This week, I wanted to continue answering some of the most frequently asked questions that all vegans get. I'm grabbing a few of them and addressing them in this episode number 54. And yeah, so I'm going to be talking about one of the four most common questions, or odd questions, or basic questions, depending on who you're asking, that vegans get. So buckle up. Don't forget to subscribe, like this podcast, like this video, follow us in any other social media. So, without further ado, let's talk about them. Let's go.
latinoyvegano.com.
So, a few months ago, I started this series where it's called As a Vegan, where I started just like getting questions that most people ask. It could be from non-vegans, new vegans, or people just vegan curious or plant-based curious. And I'll grab all these questions and I started creating episodes related to them. So I've been creating English episodes, I've been creating Spanish episodes with some of these questions. Some of the questions are not the same, some are a little bit different. Some are repetitive, but I'll try to address as many questions as possible. If you have a specific question, you're more than welcome to send me an email or just contact me through any of the social media platforms that I run. I actually respond on my messages. I'm always there available for all y'all. So I'm going to be addressing four questions this time, right? I got, do vegans eat meat? Are bananas vegan? Do vegans eat cheese? And can vegans eat pasta? So I got these four questions asked. So I'm going to go ahead and break them each one individually and answer them individually also. So, all right, so let's start with, do vegans eat meat? So let's jump right into it. The first question, or first one that I chose was, do vegans eat meat? Well, the answer is yes, right? Believe it or not, we do eat vegan meat. Now, if you're asking me about animal products and their byproducts, then the answer is no. As vegans, we eliminate all animal products and their byproducts from our diets, clothing, and any other form of entertainment, transportation, and experiments also. When I say yes, I meant to say that we are vegan meat or vegan products. That's how I meant to say. Any food made of any plant sources, we call it, vegan meat or fake meat or mock meat, however you want to call it. I tend not to call it any of those derogative or negative name, in my opinion. I kind of focus more in the positivity. So what I mean to that is that I don't call them fake meat, because then you justifying or you saying that meat is actual food and what vegans is not real food, when our food is actually probably made from more natural sources or so more healthier sources. So I like to call it vegan meat or vegan products or whatever, just to emphasize the vegan aspect so it doesn't create that confusion. So vegan meats means any food made of plant sources like tofu, seitan, tempeh, or any other more of these products. There's tons of products out there. Some of these comes in a variety of presentation and at times has similar taste, feel, and flavor as the animal counterpart, but without the suffering. So it's a more ethical, it's a more healthier option, even though it might look and do the same. So it's all relative. So you are one of those persons that don't like these products because it really looks and feel and tastes like the animal product, then by all means. But for some people that are actually especially transitioning, I think it's a good alternative for them to have, because it kind of brings in something similar to what they used to eat and allows them to have a more smoother transition. Then with time, they'll probably realize that they have to keep a healthier diet and eliminate a little bit of the processed food on their diet. So they kind of incorporate more of a whole food plant-based diet instead of processed vegan food. However, I like to mention that these vegan meat alternative are very good for helping people to transition. So vegans don't eat animal product or byproduct, but we do eat vegans meats or meat alternative or meat substitute or however you want to call it. All right, guys. So the next question I got is, are bananas vegan? And the answer is yes. All fruits, vegetables, legumes, nuts, seeds, and grits are vegan. And vegans, along with plant-based people, eat them. Fruits like banana are high in fiber, among with other nutrients. Bananas are rich in potassium, vitamin B6 and C, magnesium, copper, carbs, and small amount of fat, and even protein for those that always question about protein. So banana have even like about 1 gram or 1.5 gram of protein. So you can get protein from banana. So that's why it's hard for people to be deficient in protein if you have a whole food plant-based diet, which includes some of the elements that I mentioned. Yeah, so bananas are vegans. There is a lot of questioning about some of the bananas out there as far as the GMO or whatnot. So I let that for different discussions. But any fruits, vegetables, legumes, all these things are vegan. I don't know why would not be. All right. So that's question number 2. Like, are bananas are vegan? And the answer is yes. Okay, question number 3 is, do vegans eat cheese? So the answer is no. Is we talking about dairy products? The answer is absolutely no. So basically, hell no. Now, from a vegan standpoint, we focus mostly on vegan cheese, right? So if you're talking about vegan cheese, yes, of course, every vegan can or will eat vegan cheeses, but they will not condone what we call cow pus. So we will not eat cheese, basically. Cheese, also known as cow pus, is extremely addictive, and that's to a protein casein known as casomorphin. All dairy products contain this protein that triggers your brain, similar to any other drugs. That's one of the reasons some people cannot stop consuming dairy products, especially cheese. It's like a very super addictive. I have a whole series of episodes that talks about this topic, and I even created a program to help people reduce, even eliminate cheese, dairy, eggs, and even meat from their diet. Basically transition to a whole food plant-based diet. And this series is available for those that are interested. You can just send me a message and I can provide you guys with a free content of these series. That way you can start following your path into a more healthier lifestyle. Since vegans don't eat dairy-based cheese or product, you're probably wondering what options are out there. What can you do? Like, what do you do if you are a person that consumes cheese and then don't know what kind of alternative you have available? Well, you can find several alternatives when it comes to vegan cheese. You can make your own. There are tons of recipes out there. I have even a few recipes in my YouTube channel where I'm actually making cheese from scratch with several ingredients. Pretty easy to make. Or you can just basically try some of the current alternatives out there in the market. There's quite a few brands out there that produces or make vegan cheese, and some of them are pretty good. So some of them will really give you that feeling, that vibe. It is a lot healthier than the regular cheese that doesn't have the addictive components. Highly processed, but it can give you that same feeling. So I highly suggest either making your own or using some of the alternatives or some of the brands that are already out there. Depending on where you're located, where you live, you can find some of these vegan alternatives. A lot of places, a lot of stores, a lot of small businesses offer vegan cheese. So you should definitely check those out, depending on where you're located. And the last question I got is, can vegans eat pasta? Well, the answer is yes. So definitely, vegans can eat pasta. What I would do is I will check the labels of any of the pasta that you'll buy it in any regular store, and make sure it doesn't have any animal product or any animal byproduct. I would advise eating whole wheat pasta or noodles made of a vegetable, which are pretty popular nowadays. Along with beans-based pasta, that's also very, very common these days too. A lot of these new products, they come labeled as vegan or plant-based, so it definitely take away some of that pressure of reading labels. Basically, once you say vegan or plant-based, you pretty much can be 99.9% sure that it's gonna be good for any vegan or any plant-based eater. Most restaurants that offer pasta, their pasta might have eggs or some kind of dairy product, right? Because it's part of the recipe. So my advice is you're gonna go out to eat and you go into a restaurant, I would suggest to probably speak to the chef, to the main chef or someone in the restaurant like a manager, and ask them if, hey, can you tell me what this pasta is made of? Because you can tell them that you have an allergy to dairy product, or you cannot have eggs or cheese or any of those things, right? And once you say those to them, they'll pay more attention to this type of situation. So what you do in that situation is then they'll provide you with a couple options. And if they have whole wheat pasta, excellent. You can probably not use that and don't go wrong with that. However, if they don't, just ask them what are the pasta is made of and some of the ingredients on it. And then if they don't have any animal product, you should be good to go. Now, what I would do is I would also find about the sauce. So most sauce, red sauce, basically in restaurants, is just gonna be tomatoes, some spices, water, and that's pretty much about it. And if you can get just a basic red sauce, tomato sauce, you should be good. Now some sauce might have butter or might have other animal products, so you just got, like I said, you just gotta do the diligence. At the restaurant, you can go online prior to going to a restaurant. You know what restaurant you're going, ask the questions. Sometimes when you go to this type of restaurants, you can type in like, let's say you're going to, I don't know, this Italian restaurant. You can type Italian restaurant vegan, and then they will display either people that are previously went to a restaurant and did the diligence besides you or prior to you. They'll tell you what they ate, what kind of food was available or suitable. They'll done all this research for you. In case they had not, you can always ask the manager or the chef or anyone in the restaurant. Sometimes even the same person that is helping you, they have an idea of what's a suitable meal for a vegan or not. But just kind of do your research prior. That way you avoid having to deal with the confusions and not knowing what it is, and then being skeptical about what you're eating. Just do the diligence prior and then go for it and then have fun with it. But pasta, yes, it should be good. Just as long as it doesn't have any animal product, I don't see why not. So just check on the labels, ask, do your research prior to going to a restaurant, and you should be able to have a nice pasta meal. Or you can just find one of these alternatives that I mentioned too, which are pretty good too, and they're pretty more healthier than those other options. So in retrospect, do vegans eat meat? No. Are bananas vegan? Yes. Do vegans eat cheese? No. Can vegans eat pasta? Yes. But one thing I wanted to clarify is that a lot of people always ask, can you eat this? Can you eat this? Can vegans eat this? And when I hear the word or the phrase, can you, I always stop and tell people, well, I as a person, personally, I can eat anything I want. I can eat anything I want. So meaning, yes, I could eat animal product. But the answer is that I chose not to eat this type of food. I choose not to eat this. I choose not to eat that. That was my choice. So even though I 100% feel that humans are herbivore, I choose not to eat this. I choose not to eat that. Why is that? I feel like the whole "can you eat this" come from a diet mentality standpoint. meaning people feel the restriction. When you're on a diet, you cannot eat that or you cannot eat that. Whoever is your dietitian, your doctor, or your nutritionist, or your coach, your fitness trainer, they'll put you on a diet, and then the first thing that comes to your mind is you have restriction. But when you live a vegan lifestyle, the one we do, or the one I live, you don't feel any restriction because for you it's a choice that you decided to make based on the ethical and moral aspect of it. So it goes beyond the eating, right? And when I talk about this, that makes you feel, or that makes me feel, that there's no restriction in the way I'm eating. Actually, I have an abundance of food. I have more of a variety of food that I can eat now than when I was eating meat and any animal product. But not only that, it's like I feel like I'm not contributing. But not only that, I feel that I'm not contributing to animal suffering, exploitations, and all these tangibles. So for me, it's more than just I feel a restriction. People see veganism as a restricted. It's too strict. It's too hard. It's too difficult. It's too much. I want to be flexible. I want to eat what I want. And you could take that approach. However, I'm asking you and challenge you. You don't think that's a selfish approach, right? Once you understand the lifestyle and why vegans feel the way we feel, then you'll see what we're seeing and you understand why we're taking that approach. If you're plant-based and you just want to be a healthy life, by all means, have a healthy life, live abundantly, live happy, keep it up, you know. At the same time, right, you stay committed, stay to your diet, and follow up and do the best things you can. But if you're vegan and you're vegan for the animals, vegan for the environment, and vegan for the health, then our focus is a little bit more about them, not just about us. So we take about the selfishness out of the equation, and we focus most on other, and that allowed us to have a little bit more empathy, which is what we're talking about here also. So for now, I wanted to address these questions because I know a lot of people always ask me, can you? And I like to always start by saying, I can eat whatever I want. I just choose not to. And the decision of me going vegan was my choice, and it's been the best choice I've done in my life. I wish I would have started earlier, but by any means, I don't regret. I'm about almost 20 years in this lifestyle, and I could not feel any better. I mean, I walk around being vegan, and I preach veganism till the day I die, because at the end of the day, I feel I'm doing the right thing for everyone and taking away the selfishness out of the equation. I just want to talk about these questions. I wanted to kind of touch a little bit of some of these common questions about different aspects of the veganism. If you have any more questions to doubt, please don't hesitate. Send me an email, chat to me, just communicate with me, reach out to me, and I'll be glad to address some of these questions. I love helping people, coaching people, transitioning to a healthy and sustainable lifestyle, like the one I live. That's my passion. And if you need help or don't know where to start with your plant-based journey, I'm your vegan lifestyle coach. I'm your vegan fitness coach. Reach out to me, and I'll be glad to assist you. You can reach out to me via IG. I'm on Instagram, my DM, at Vegan Roger, or you can send me an email. I got all my details on my linktree.com, Roger Smith. Or you can just email me to the podcast, Latino Vegano, and then you can just say, hey, Roger, I hear one of your episode, and I would like to see if you can help me to transition in this lifestyle, and I will definitely would love to do that for you. So this has been a great week, guys. I'm so excited. There's so much great things that I wanted to share with y'all. And so many things that I learned lately. And not only that I learned, but so many things that I've been going through a lot. And from emotional to sustainable, my life, my health. Oh, man, so many things that I want to share with you guys. And I will in different episodes. There's so many great things coming. So many great projects coming up. I'm working on a project to help vegan businesses. So if you have a vegan business and you need to get more leads, more customers, please just stay tuned. I got a project coming out. I have a couple of the projects with a special person too on my life. We have a lot of things coming out too. We have a lot of things in the pipeline that we're being discussing. I'll be able to share that with you guys soon too as well. Of her, it's a her, of course. And now you guys know. But yeah, there's so many great things happening to my life, and I wanted to share that. So I'm thinking I'm gonna just do an episode where I'm just gonna be strictly open with y'all and kind of share some of those things and be a little bit more open about my personal life, about my business life, about my journey. You guys know me from, my show, my podcast, and know me from my fitness journey. But it's a lot more into me than just those things. But they do play a big role, especially vegan, because last 20 years I just been vegan, and veganism has been so much greater for me. I met some amazing people. It's just everything to me. So I want to continue in that line, but at the same time I want to open up to you guys about some of the things that I got going on. So for now, I just wanted to kind of share this, answer those questions, guy. And yeah, it's been great having you. This is episode 54, so we continue moving strong. And just stay tuned for some more good stuff coming out from Latino Vegano, and from me, Vegan Roger, your lifestyle and fitness coach. So see you guys in the next episode. Love, peace, vegan.
Gracias por escuchar Latino y Vegano, un show donde se habla todo lo relacionado sobre el veganismo entre la comunidad latina. No olviden suscribirse a este podcast, seguirnos en Instagram, Facebook, YouTube y a visitarnos en latinoyvegano.com.